Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. This video we're going to give you an overview of climate change and whether it is a new concept that has come about within the last couple of decades. So as always, check out the description box below to a worksheet you can complete while watching this video to help you with your remote learning or your revision. So let's get started by first of all addressing a misconception. Is climate change new? No, it's not. Over the course of the Earth's 4.5 billion year history, the climate has changed a lot as a result of natural cycles of warming and cooling. So when we're thinking about this term climate change, we're referring not only to global changes in temperature, but also to changes in wind, precipitation, the length of seasons, as well as the strength and frequency of extreme weather events like droughts and floods. So how has climate changed throughout its history? Well, as I said before, our planet is 4.5 billion years old, and studying the Earth has led us to devise geological points in time which divide the planet's history into a series of eras, periods, and epochs. The geological time scale is basically showing us the names of each time period in history, which is split into these smaller time periods known as epochs. So the most recent period in history of the last 2.6 million years up to the present day is called the Quaternary Period, and that's part of the Cenozoic era. The Quaternary period can be split into what we call two epochs. The Pleistocene epoch, which lasted from approximately 2 million years ago to about 12,000 years ago, and then the Holocene epoch, beginning about 11,700 years ago, which basically marked the end of the last ice age up until now. So the Holocene period interests us the most right now because this is the epoch we are currently living in. So when we're thinking about climate change, we have to concern ourselves with past records of what's happened to our planet's temperature over its history. Now, previous temperature records may not be as reliable as the present days due to the use of what we call proxy data, or basically data we've taken from natural records like tree rings, fossil pollen, ocean sediments, and ice cores. And that effectively helps us to estimate what the climate was like millions of years ago. So the graph you can see on the screen shows us the global average temperature variations for the last 5.5 million years. And this is in relation to the present day average of about 14 degrees Celsius. So when you see that the zero line, that indicates to us we right now are comparing it to that average of 14. So if we are plus 2 in terms of temperature on this graph, then we would be seeing an average temperature of 16 degrees. If we're minus 2 or minus 4, then we would be deducting values from that 14 degrees. So this is comparing temperature to today's global average temperature, just so you have an idea of what this graph is actually showing us. And what we can actually see from this graph is that previous to the 2.6 million years marking the Quaternary period, the Earth's climate was warmer but quite stable compared to what it is now. And if we think about in the last 2.6 million years, we can see on the graph that the Earth's climate has fluctuated. It's gone up and down a lot more drastically. So the Quaternary period, the last 2.6 million years of our planet's life, is often referred to as an ice age due to the presence of a permanent ice sheet on Antarctica. So during the Pleistocene epoch, which if we remember was approximately 2 million years ago to about 12,000 years ago, global temperatures shifted between what we call glacial periods and interglacial periods. Now these can be seen a lot more clearly on this graph showing temperature for the last 400,000 years. Again, in relation to the average temperature of the present day being 14 degrees Celsius. So again, what can we see? We can see that we have had troughs in our temperature records showing glacial periods, which are colder periods with the ice advancing or expanding on planet Earth, lasting for approximately 100,000 years. But this graph is also showing us periods of time where we have interglacial periods, which are periods of warming where we have less ice on our planet, lasting for around 10,000 years. Now, when we concern ourselves with the Holocene epoch, remember the Holocene epoch is the epoch we are currently in right now, which began 11,700 years ago when the last glacial expansion ended. So effectively that means when the ice stopped growing. This is where we're currently at. We are in an interglacial episode. And since then, the climate has been warming. So what does this all show us at the end of the day? All of this data tells us that our planet has experienced past climate change. And past climate changes have led to the extinction of species, population migrations, as well as the disturbance of the Earth's natural cycles, such as ocean currents. So I hope this helps you understand why climate change is not a new concept. As always, everyone, thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe if you are finding them useful, and I'll see you next time.